Hey guys, welcome to the Massive Iron channel. I'm Steve Shaw. In this video, I want to talk about if it fits your macros. And I'm going to give you 3 reasons why if it fits your macros is dead to me. Before I get into that topic, if you have any questions or comments, check out the link below. Come on over, submit your questions. The best questions I turn into videos just like this. So, I get a lot of questions about if it fits your macros. And you see a lot of chatter about it on social media, on YouTube, etc. As an editor, I've edited many articles about if it fits your macros. I've even written a couple myself. And I'm going to give you 3 reasons why I really don't care for it, why it's dead to me, and why it's just not an eating lifestyle that should matter to 99% of us. Now, the first reason has to do, and I got my reasons written down here, is it's not needed. The concept, for most of us, we just want to look better. We want to build some muscle. We want to build some strength. We want to lose some fat. We just want to wake up each day and be proud of our body. We want to look better. To build muscle, you don't need to micromanage your macronutrients. You don't need to be obsessive about your macronutrients. To lose fat, you don't need to be obsessive about your macronutrients. Let me backtrack. To build muscle, you just need to make sure you're getting in enough protein and that you're lifting consistent and that you're using a good exercise selection. You're focused on progressive overload and you're taking in a fair amount of calories. Worrying about if you're getting in 30% fats and 37% carbs and all this kind of protein it's buying into a fairy tale or a fantasy that if you dial in some magic number, it's going to help you optimize this muscle building process by an extra whatever percentage. And that's just nonsense over the long run for the average lifter. It's just not something that is going to make really any difference to 99% of us. If you're trying to be Mr. Olympia, you're trying to be the best natural bodybuilder in the world, and you want to do some micromanagement and you're doing skin fold calipers and you're seeing if you can gain an extra ½ ounce of muscle, and you believe from personal experience that eating 37% of your diet from protein and all these kind of variables actually make a difference, and there's no proof that it actually does, and by all means go for it. But for most of us, it doesn't matter. Muscle building doesn't come down to macronutrient manipulation. Same thing goes with fat loss. Fat loss basically comes down with cleaning up your diet and eating mostly clean whole foods, watching your calorie intake so you're not binging or overeating, and remaining consistent. Now, if you're diabetic or carb sensitive, sure, you might have to eat fewer carbs, but do you have to count your grams of carbs each day and just get completely OCD about it? No. Do you have to count grams of fat? No. Do you have to hit a certain magic number of protein grams each day to lose fat? No. So for most of us, excuse me, I'm still overcoming a cold. Most of us, it's absolutely not needed. The belief that you need to do these things to lose fat and build muscle is completely a fantasy world for 99% of us, if not more. The second reason I believe if it fits your macros is dead to me is the fact that it's not sustainable or not reasonable. When I look at diet programs, and it doesn't matter if they're for a morbidly obese person trying to clean up their life, or for a power builder, a guy or girl that wants to build strength and muscle, you want a sustainable diet. Anything else is a fad diet. A sustainable diet is some way of eating that you're going to be eating like this over the course of your life, and you really don't have to change anything, and it allows a little bit of flexibility because, after all, we're not robots. We want a little bit of cake every now and then. We want a little bit of beer every now and then. And if you're one of these people that only wants to eat chicken breasts and be ultra strict, well, God bless you. That's your choice in life. But for most of us, it's just not sustainable. Who in the hell wants to get up and count grams of carbs and proteins and fats 7 days a week for the next 52.5 years? I don't. Do you? If you do, go ahead. God bless you. But for the vast majority of us, and that's all but like 2 of you, it's not a sustainable diet and it's not reasonable. I mean, for a guy like me with children and even grandchildren, and you know, I'm going to go out and hike, and I'm going to get done hiking this weekend, and I'm going to be hungry as heck. I'm not going to sit and count my macros at Wendy's or do something ridiculous like that. It's not reasonable. It's not needed. It is just simply not a sustainable diet. In my approach, anything that's not a sustainable diet approach, that's not just a short-term approach. If it's a short-term approach and you need to take a short-term approach to get yourself on track for a specific goal, that's okay, as long as it's a reasonable diet approach. But for something like this that is used in the long run, it's just not sustainable. Therefore, if it fits your macros, is dead to me. Now, the third reason I have is if it fits your macros, places an emphasis on macronutrient intake, and it takes the emphasis off of clean, whole foods. Now, there's plenty of arguments out there that like to say that all foods are equal, and if I just get in my macronutrients and I don't overeat, I'm going to be okay. And you know what? There's so much information out there right now that shows that this is complete and utter bullshit. I just did an article this week. 20% of the deaths worldwide are caused by bad diet habits. Bad diet habits. 20% of the deaths currently are caused by bad dieting habits, bad dieting choices. Now, the people that are compiling these statistics know what people are eating, okay? A soda is not the same as drinking a black coffee. A donut is not the same as eating oatmeal. Eating fruits and vegetables is not the same as eating a Pop-Tart. You can tell yourself that's true all you want, but these are not equal choices. So, yes, not all, I get that not all people on If It Fits Your Macros are going overboard. Let's establish that. They're not just eating whatever, whenever. But If It Fits Your Macros places more of an emphasis on macronutrient intake than quality food intake, and this is generally just a bad way to approach eating for any of us who are focused on health and longevity. It is a great idea if you're just narcissistic and all you care about is the end product standing in the mirror, how much muscle mass you build, how much fat you lose, how ripped you get. If that's all you care about, does this work? Of course it's going to work. Of course it's going to work. Is this the best approach for longevity? Is this the best approach for making the wisest food choices on any given day? Absolutely not. And one of the big problems is young people, and I was a young people once too. Young people can eat more bad food choices if they keep their calories in check and they can believe it's not impacting my diet. It's not impacting my body because they feel superhuman. Let me tell you something. I was in the bodybuilding lifestyle for a very long time. I practiced a form of It Fits Your Macros as long as I got in my protein levels and my calories were around where I needed them. I didn't care what I ate. I didn't care what I ate. And you know what it got me, folks? It got me type 2 diabetes. Yes, I developed some bad habits and I started eating more after I got out of the military, but it contributed to it. I ate so much. I started to get into bad habits. I focused on protein and I focused on calories instead of focusing on good, whole, clean foods. So obviously I'm not sitting here telling you that everybody is abusing If It Fits Your Macros. What I'm telling you is that when it comes to food choices, we don't need to be focused on proteins, carbs, and fats. We need to be focused on healthy food choices as often as possible. So those are the three reasons why I believe If It Fits Your Macro. Those are the three reasons why If It Fits Your Macros are dead to me. And I'd like to hear what you guys have to say in the comments section below. So guys, hope this video has been of some help. If you have any questions or comments, check out the link below. If you've made it this far in this video and have yet to subscribe to my channel, please do. I'd appreciate the support. So guys, as always, thanks for watching. Have a great day. And I didn't make it to 10 minutes. Don't tell Jason Blaha.